First guess, chair. Ouch. I is a good get, but that's it here. That's it. I'm sorry, I just woke up. Maybe I shouldn't be doing the Wordle this early in the morning. Okay. We need a second guess with I somewhere. Almost had a good one. Actually, this will work. I was thinking plier. Gets I in there in a different spot. Test a lot of other good letters. Obviously, we don't want plier because of the R, but plied would be okay. So let's try plied. Interesting, interesting. I and E and D still all incorrectly placed. I really don't think I would be last, and I don't think I would be first, so I think I really has to be second. Are there words that look like this? I could guess something with like S in there. I don't think so. Okay, actually I thought I have a good guess. How about... Oh, but L doesn't work. Darn. Oh, and D shouldn't be last. Okay, not a good guess. Not a good guess at all. Maybe it could be something like this. There's no L, though. L would have been good there, but maybe E would be last. I thought L would be a good fit there, but without L, I'm not sure that actually this would be a good guess at all. To be honest, with D and E, I really thought this would be a good combo to go with, but it would make sense for me that I would be before the D, and that can't be possible, so I guess it could be something like, could it be like diode? It's double letter guessing. I don't really like doing that. There's been some tough words this week, so that might continue through the weekend. Diode, or, no, we have to have I in there. I was going to say geode, but that would take the I out, which we don't want to do. Seems like there would be other words that fit this pattern, but I can only think of diode. At least that's 5 letters anyways. I'm really tempted to guess diode. I'm really tempted to guess that. You know, that's not a bad idea. Even though we are guessing the D twice, which is kind of bad, this should at least help me narrow down where the letter D is located. So even if this isn't the right word, hopefully we find out that D is in the first position or the fourth position. And if it's not in either of those positions, then we narrow it down to 2 or 3. So that's not a bad piece of information to have. Otherwise, it has all the right letters, trying them in good spots that haven't been tried yet. There's a chance this could be the right word. So let's find out. Wow, I did not expect that. Okay. Well, interestingly, I thought O, I don't know why. I'm surprised that the O and the second D didn't work out, but so we really have the same 3 letters we had before, but we know where all of them are at this point because D has to be in the 3rd position. So we have, this is definitely our word here, which because we know I is second, E is last. So, which is something I think I threw up there a moment ago, and I was thinking, oh, wouldn't it be nice if we could have L, like sidle, I don't know, sidle up to something, but we can't because L is out. So, I dismissed this possibility without giving it enough thought, evidently, because this is the word we're looking for here. So, I just don't know what would go fourth. I don't know why I don't think about that. G. I did this a few days ago or a week ago. The word was hedge. And I think I had D but not G, and my mind just never considered the possibility of DG as a letter combination. You know, we have, in my mind, I'm trying to think of, you know, different letter combinations that are common, like ST, PL, for example, like we use today. You know, letters that go together frequently. And DG is just not one on my radar, which I obviously need to adjust my radar because DG is a common letter combo. So, especially in a case where we know like D occurs in the third position, because that's perfect for DGE, which is a obviously common thing. So, not saying that this is what we're looking for right now, but because the problem is what would go first, and I can't think of anything that fits this combination. Midge? I think that's kind of an offensive term. I don't think that would be the word. Assuming midge is short for midget. I don't know, maybe it means something else. Maybe it is the right word. I'm just going through the letters here with, obviously D does not occur a second time. Not that that would make sense for this situation anyways, but I can ignore that as a double letter. But G I should consider, but yeah, jidge. I don't know. That's not a word I'm familiar with. Fridge comes to mind, obviously, but that's 6 letters. Tidge. I don't think tidge is a word. Widge. Widget. But not widge. So maybe G isn't right after all, but it's something I do need to keep in mind for the future. For future Wordle guesses. What else might follow D in this situation? Yeah, I am drawing a blank on this one. Should have known it was going to be a tough one today. I don't think N would work. Sometimes N follows a consonant like acne. I don't think this just doesn't look like a word that I'm familiar with anyways. Oh, you know why it looks kind of familiar? Kidney. Kidney. Again, which would be 6 letters. So maybe I shouldn't be so dismissive of this. Or Sydney. But those all end in Y, so I don't think that's happening without a Y at the end. B, I don't think B would work. That makes sense to me. S kind of popped in my head earlier, but sorry, the AC is about to start, so it might be kind of loud. I see the microphone is picking that up. Sorry about that. Oh, that can't work. What am I doing? Okay. That doesn't look... That just looks silly. I don't know what this could be. So far, G looks like the most promising thing, but I just did not see anything else that would go as the first letter. What about U? That's a good one. I didn't think about that. Like, I think of residue. Obviously too many letters for Wordle, but maybe there's something else. Baidu. Makes me think of Bandai, which is a toy company. Vidu, Vidu, Fidu, Fidu. No, I just don't think there's a good first letter to put with this combination here. Wow, this is a tough one. Have I tried everything? I feel like I have, and I'm coming up short here. Okay. Alright. It's gotta look like this. Wow. It's really too bad. L or G. The I just doesn't make sense there. There's just not a lot of words that do that. I mean, maybe widge. Maybe widge is a word. And maybe it's just worth guessing something. Again, I think of widget, but now that I'm thinking about it again, I want to say that widge is a word. I just don't feel very strong about it. I'm afraid that Wordle will accept it as a word, but it's not going to be right, because it's just, I don't know, it just doesn't feel like it'd be a Wordle word. But then neither did aphid or tryst, which we had yesterday. So maybe that's just the theme this week, is words you wouldn't think would be words in Wordle. Widge. Maybe it could be midge. Maybe midge is a word. I don't know what it means, if it's not an abbreviation of midget. Nidge kind of sounds like a word, but then, you know, a lot of these do, because there's very similar words like nudge. So do I think nidge sounds like a word because I'm really thinking of nudge? Or like wedge? I'm maybe thinking of wedge. I'm confusing it with that. That's why it sounds legitimate, but really isn't a word. So let me know if G is right. And if G isn't right, I just don't know what would go there. I shouldn't have done the Wordle this early. I'm gonna guess it. I'm desperate. And I feel like my mind's starting to blink out. Let's try it. Oh, it's not even a word. Do I want to guess midge? I'm sorry if this is an offensive term. It accepted that. And that's a word? Midge is a word? What does it mean? I'm going to have to look that up. Midge. A small two-winged fly that is often seen in swarms near water or marshy areas where it breeds. And it also means a small person. It's an informal use. I don't know. The definition says informal, so not the official word, but something people use as slang. Maybe that'd be a good description for it for a small person, which, I don't know. Seems like it might be offensive, possibly. But I didn't know there was an insect angle on that word, so interesting. Just had to guess it out of desperation because I just wasn't sure what else could possibly fit the situation. So that's what led me to that. All right, interesting. Well, you learn something new every day. So, all right, thanks for watching.